Okay, let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to What's the Crew, a brand new podcast brought to you by the Utrecht Running Project. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Wiebke. In this show, we will chat with friends and experts about their running journey,
General fitness,
health,
and some casual shit. So stick around. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome in this brand new podcast. And this episode is going to be a bit different because it's an introduction to the podcast, to the running crew, and to ourselves. So you guys get to know the concept of the whole podcast and we'll
get to know ourselves.
Yeah, and get to understand what you can expect from it.
Yeah.
So I guess we can jump right in with the concept of the podcast. Wiebke.
Yes, we had the idea of a podcast already for a while.
Indeed.
Very happy it's finally coming true. In this podcast, we are going to explore a little bit with you. So of course, we have some ideas. One of them is it's probably very likely to be running related because we are runners.
It will be.
It is initiated by our running project. We will have runners on the podcast, so there will be quite some running. However, we also will talk to other athletes of other sports and hear their life story and anything that is related to sport in general. Talking about nutrition, injury management, training planning, recovery, anything that is related. But not beside these
topics,
educational topics, we definitely also plan to have just some general chit-chat with friends and crew members. We also plan to invite crew members and hear their life story and get to know them a little bit better. So you also have a chance to get to know our crew.
Yes, that's the whole point, to connect with the people, connect with the local running community, and hopefully have a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, so today it's just you and me.
It is.
But from this point onwards, we actually plan to always have a guest.
Yeah, and at the end of this episode, you will find out who is going to be our first guest. So stick around.
Yeah. I guess that's
about it for the podcast. About the format, what you can expect from us, it's unclear at the moment, even for us, because we don't really know what we want to do. But we know that we want to try to publish on a schedule of one episode every 2 weeks. We'll try to stick to this, but maybe it's going to be more, maybe it's going to be less. Just
keep on
tuned.
Listening,
yeah,
and
exactly.
You will find out together with us.
Yes. All right. The running crew, Utrecht Running Project. Utrecht Running Project is our run crew.
Yes.
And we started not so long ago, actually.
No, we started in March of 2020. And like in a lot of countries around the world, this is sadly when pandemic hit. So we had to stop training after two training sessions.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Then social gatherings were sadly not allowed anymore and completely understandable. So we stopped training at that point and wait now for things to get better. And happily in the Netherlands, the regulations are a little bit more at ease now.
It's, yeah. Things are reopening, gathering can gently start over.
Outdoor sports are allowed. So in the beginning of July, we will resume our training, our social runs. They are every Tuesday at 7:00 in the evening. And we will start at Neude in Utrecht. Whoever doesn't know Utrecht, it's a city in the Netherlands. It's one of the 4 biggest cities that we have here in the Netherlands. It's south of Amsterdam.
Yes.
And it has also like a little bit a similar charm to Amsterdam. We have
absolutely, yes. It's
we have
beautiful
canals and these beautiful brick houses, just a little bit smaller and less touristic.
Yes, so indeed perfect.
Yeah.
No, compared to Amsterdam, it's way different. The amount of tourists, and you can really find some quiet places here compared to Amsterdam, which is way more crowded.
So yeah, this is basically where we run. Whoever is not known to the concept of running crews, maybe we should explain this as well.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We have kind of a mantra going like it's for all, it's for free, and it's for fun. So for all meaning, no matter your level of running, if you think that you are super fast or slow, like everyone is welcome and can join, even if you're just thinking about being a runner. And
don't hesitate. Just
don't hesitate to come.
Here. Yeah, we are here, like you said, for everyone, and the goal is to create this community feeling where people help each other, motivate each other.
Yeah.
And when you know you have an appointment every week, with people that you like and you're going to be motivated. It's a good reason to go out of the house
and actually have this run
and go push it a bit. Whether the weather it's not good or not outside, it's raining or not, we will be here every damn Tuesday.
Yes. So our social runs are on Tuesdays. We are planning on implementing some more runs, but as we just said, we just started out. So for now, it will be the social runs. But if you find other crews around the world, because it is an international concept, they are basically running crews in not only major cities, even smaller cities. There's this website you were talking about the other day.
Yes, runningcrews.com, if the spelling is right. It's a website designed by some friends in Germany, in Berlin. They made this, it's a directory. It's actually a place where you have a database of all the running crews around the world. When I say all the running crews, they are not all on it because they are updating the database
as we speak
and all the time with the new running crews. And you can imagine there's a lot of cities and a lot of crews. So yeah, it's not completely updated now. We actually are not at this moment on it, but it's work in progress. But it's a very good overview of all the running crews and communities you can find around the globe. And if you're not from here, or you're from another place, you can just jump on the website, runningcrews.com, have a look and find your local running crew and start to run differently.
With them, yeah.
Yes, because the experience with running crews is very, very special.
Yeah.
It's not only running. Running is a very lonely sport. But when you get to share this passion and those moments with people like that, like in such a great community, it changes the vision that you have on running. At least it did for me.
Yeah, I wanted to use that a little bit because let's talk about you. Let's take it a little bit away. What brought you to become a real runner. But who are you, Kevin? Where are you from? And how did you get to running?
All right. So as you know, my name is Kevin. I am Swiss. I come from the French part of Switzerland, a city called Lausanne. Lausanne is a beautiful small town, I would say, small city. It's around the lake of, it's not the Geneva Lake. So a quick side story. We have a beautiful lake. We share the lake with France. France. How do you say this in English? France.
Yeah.
Anyway, for my Frenchie, France. So I do speak French. And the beautiful lake of called Lac Léman in French is actually translated supposedly in English, Geneva Lake. Geneva is another city where we have the airport mainly, and it's a city at the tip of the lake. The lake is in the shape of a croissant. So Geneva is also one of the biggest cities around the lake, but somehow they just attributed the lake to Geneva.
Yeah.
But there's way more to see than Geneva around the lake. And as a non-resident in Geneva, everybody around the lake is a bit like, I don't know, upset about, I guess, this
irritated.
This name about the lake, because I don't understand why they call it Geneva Lake. In any case, if you learn from here, just remember it's called the Lake Léman or Léman Lake or Lacus Lemanus if you go back in very old maps in Latin. But in no cases call it the Geneva Lake. So that's my point.
That's a little side story.
And shout out to my people in Geneva.
Your people in Geneva or Lausanne?
I have a few in Geneva, but not so much because of this. Actually, no, just kidding. Anyway. Born and raised in Lausanne. Basically lived my whole life over there, my studies and everything, until a year ago decided to move here for love, actually. And hi Wiebke.
Hey.
And no regret. I love this in here. This place is magnificent. People are very nice. It's a life that I really love in here. And that's about it. And running. What about running? So running.
How did you come to that?
I really started running when I was, I guess, 16. That's about the time. My father and mother were both active. My father was more into tennis and biking. My mother more into fitness and a little bit of running, I guess.
Yeah.
I just remember that once she took me out for a run. kind of like, I don't want to say for a first time, but for really like a run and like explaining me, okay, this is showing me like, this is something you can do by yourself. I don't know how old I was back then, but I remember that I just understood that it's something I can easily do by myself.
Yeah.
And I did. When I was about 16, I really started running more often by myself. Bought my, I guess, first pair of shoes back then. And then taking part in races, but not really being motivated.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, okay, I really want to change this. I want to take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a look on Facebook and found out that there's a running crew that was located in Lausanne. It's still actually there. It's called DNH. That stands actually for Drugs and Hugs, which is quite funny. Used to be a lot of friends and DJs gathering, and then they decided to, let's go do a running club. And the concept is amazing. You just meet twice a week, once for a casual, cool run in town, and another one for a track day. So more interval training, that kind of thing. And I really changed my vision of running, my motivation as well. I made a lot of friends in there, and I really fell in love with the concept of running crews at that moment. And I really started, I would define myself as a runner really when I started running with the crew, because it changed everything. The sport is the same, but like I said, the vision that you have of it, the conception of running changes so much, because the sport of running is very lonely. Like that's something you would imagine. You go out for your run, it's you, yourself, and you.
And nature.
And nature.
Everything around.
And music eventually. And this changes everything. So it did for me.
Going out with friends.
Going out with friends is motivation, but not only the running part, the social part. Yeah. Which is what I love. And of course, in every sports, team sports especially, you have this feeling of like belonging to a community, to a team, which you would normally not have with the sport of running. But this concept of running clubs and running crews, and however you want to call it, makes it happen, and makes this community feeling, and you can connect and meet friends, and the gathering and drinking beers and partying together. That's an amazing thing. So it makes the sport of running way better. Yeah.
And also that's everywhere around the world, and everywhere around the world, you're also welcome.
Yes, that's an amazing thing. I remember once my first experience abroad with running with those crews was actually in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
I traveled there and I absolutely wanted to go running with one of the biggest crew called NBAGT Running.
Yeah.
Very cool guys. And I joined the casual training. They have a lot of training per day. I think it's 6 to 7 trainings per week. So almost every day. And I joined the random one, and they had different pace groups.
Yeah.
I joined the slowest one back then. I wanted to chill and just be able to talk with the people.
Yeah.
And I managed to connect with locals. They gave me a tour of the city.
That's super nice.
I discovered the city with another angle. You know, it was beautiful, and I was
locals,
yes, and I was so welcome. They were so warm and like welcoming, and it was such a great experience, such a unique thing. And I encourage everybody that is a bit into running to, when do you travel, to connect with the local running crew and just go with them for a local run or local training, and just enjoy the local life as much as you can through the running crew, because it's a unique experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really about me with running. Then I founded my own, a little bit later, my own running club. It was more of a concept. We called it Gin and Running with 2 other friends. It was more of an event kind of thing. So the concept, as you can imagine, Gin and Running, it was more, we go running for 5K in town, and then we would go back to the starting point. That was a bar in which we would have a professional workshop with a professional bartender that would show us how to do a perfect and the tastiest of the tastiest gin and tonic. Yeah. And it was an amazing experience, very, very unique and original. And I think that people liked it, and we did that for a while. And fast forward, I'm here now for a year in the Netherlands. And I really wanted to recreate this community feeling, those vibes, those crazy events, and those social gathering, because I really love it. And like I said, a couple of times now, you get it. It makes the sport of running way better, more interesting, and you get more motivation out of it and friendships and everything. So here we are, trying to start this new adventure with the Utrecht Running Project.
Yeah.
And now we have this podcast, so another voice, and hopefully a lot of running and fun in the upcoming years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to also create all these events and everything, all our ideas that we have in our head. I do quickly want to mention that there are 2 other running crews here in Utrecht. The Girls Running Squad. It's entirely girls
only
running group. They are training on Mondays, and Utrecht Running Club. They are training on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We just want to do it a little bit different with the events, everything that Kevin was describing before. So that's why we are also existing.
Yes. Well, that's a lot about me, and I think we can talk about you, Wiebke.
Yeah.
So, who are you?
Well, as said many times, my name is Wiebke. I think you can hear I'm not Dutch. I'm German. I'm born and raised in Germany, in the east of Germany, in a small town there. And where I grew up there, I didn't feel there were a lot of sport possibilities. Of course, we had a football club for the boys. But if you were a girl, there were not a lot of options. I was dancing for the majority of my childhood, but not hardcore. Okay, some people will hate me for that, I guess, because dance can be hard as well. But
yeah, it could be. It's a real sport. Like it's But it was for you more like a hobby. It was
more like a hobby. On
doing
the side.
Something with friends.
Yeah, but beside that, there was not really options. And also to mention, like, sport was quite a topic in your household. That was absolutely not the case in my household where I grew up. Sport was like, my parents don't do sport, and they did not. They always said to us, it's important that we get good grades in school, and like school is important. It's like opens your door for the rest of your life. However, sport did not matter. So if I would get bad grades in sport, it absolutely didn't matter. They were saying like, it's fine. They could understand because they were not very athletic themselves. They always said like, it's fine.
Yep.
So there was also no motivation to put.
Yeah. No pressure.
To put effort in it. So my sport journey actually started a little bit later in life. I finished high school in Germany, and from there I went to the UK because I wanted to learn English like to a very good level.
Yep.
And there it actually started. Like I guess a lot of women, I was a little bit conscious about my figure. I wanted to lose some weight, get a little bit fitter.
You can say men as well.
Men as well, probably, yeah. And how I wanted to do, or how I decided to do is was through running. Because I didn't have the confidence to go to a gym, and I didn't know what to do there. I didn't know the machines.
I get it. I've been through that as well.
Yeah, I was self-conscious about that. So I went running, and I loved the aspect that was a single-person sport, that I didn't need anyone. I didn't need a lot of equipment, and I just could do it by myself. So that was perfect. Started running there, gained some fitness. And then after that, signed up for a gym where I actually found where I found friends. Because I mentioned I was in the UK, completely new town, didn't know anyone, found my friends through the gym. And then we regularly also met to do exercise. And this is kind of like how it also started with me. Having friends, being interested in...
Yeah, it's a sort of a community.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little tiny community, and it really made it so much more enjoyable to go to the gym, to do a spinning class. And after my year in the UK, I came to the Netherlands because I wanted to study in English, and I just loved this experience of being abroad. So I decided, let's continue and go to another country. Came to the Netherlands because there are a lot of English taught studies here. And I started my studies, finished it, and then just sticked around.
Yeah. And what about running then?
Running always... Of course, with ups and downs, like everyone has, but it was always a part of my story. Like I kept on running, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. It became again a little bit more professional since I know you, because you are more a runner. when we got to know each other, I was
more into CrossFit.
I was more into CrossFit.
You pulled me into CrossFit. I pulled you into running, and now we have a perfect balance.
Exactly. Yeah. I was about to say this, like, tried different things, general gym, and then came to CrossFit. Really loved this. Like, I'm doing this now for a little bit more than 2 years. It's also a very much amazing sport, and which also puts a lot of attention to this community thing.
Oh yeah.
Like CrossFit has
especially the one where we train at.
Yeah, it also has a big community part, which is different to gyms. Like in gyms, again, like you are a little bit yourself, like you do your thing and then you go home.
It's very individual. Yeah.
CrossFit, it's only done in classes.
It's very different, yeah.
And you know each other, you support each other, you go together through this pain. And there I got to know that you can have drop-ins around the world. So whenever I was traveling for business or for pleasure myself, I would always make sure that I drop in a local box. And wherever I was, people were very welcome. They were interested where I came from. And it was super
It's very
welcoming.
similar to what I explained about running crews around the world.
Exactly. Yeah. Super welcoming atmosphere. So when we got to know each other and I told you like with sparkling eyes about CrossFit, you told me that the same was existing in running. I wasn't aware before you that running crews were existing. So you introduced me to that. And as you can see, like I'm completely like in love with this concept of community sports. So that's when we decided to create our community here.
Yeah. Yeah, CrossFit, to come back to CrossFit, it's a very interesting sport that can be, when you look at it the first time, not really knowing what it is, can be impressive, can seem like very strong and intimidating. Yeah, exactly. But when you actually just go and try and meet the people, the community, it's completely different from what I expected. It's people like extremely nice. You have like, I had those kind of, I guess, cliches, ideas of, CrossFit people and like some people have cliches idea of like fitness people in general,
Yeah.
The more muscle, the less brain, that wrong cliches and ideas. And when I got to, also thanks to you, get to know this community, I was doing CrossFit before, but when I met you, I really discovered another face of CrossFit, just like I did with running back then. And the CrossFit we're at is extremely good at this, at creating this community feeling.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. You would just go there to hang out, not even train, just for coffee.
Yeah.
Well, they do have good coffee also, so that helps a lot. Yeah. But it's an amazing thing.
Yeah. Coming quickly back, you were saying like it can be quite intimidating. Like I think who doesn't do CrossFit only knows it from social media or maybe the documentary on Netflix. I think it's called The Fittest.
And you only see the big guys.
Yeah, you only see these big competitive guys, like the highest of the highest level. But CrossFit as running can be done on every level. Like,
absolutely. And that's
the beauty of it. It can be completely scaled to whatever level you are at. Same as running.
And CrossFit is quite complete as well. Because you do a lot of disciplines inside. It's not only lifting weights. Yeah. It's clearly part of it. You work with weights, but there are running parts,
gymnastic
parts. You will row. You will ski. Ski air. That's one of the. Well, you will discover what it is if you join CrossFit. It's enjoyable actually.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different disciplines inside, and it's not just actual good old fitness. It's very complete and it's enjoyable. If you guys have the occasion to try, just go and do it. We will talk about CrossFit way more because we have some guests coming up soon that are really into CrossFit in weightlifting. So that's something.
Shall we mention already?
Our next guest. So next guest we can mention. So next guest is
drum roll.
Kenneth Platt. Kenneth Platt is our dear friend from CrossFit.
Yeah.
He is one of the coaches where we train at Unscared CrossFit here in Utrecht. And he's a fantastic guy.
Yeah.
But he's also a runner.
Yes, I was about to say that. And he also helps us.
Helping us in the behind the scene, in the background with this Utrecht Running Project. And he's going to be our first guest on the podcast. But
tell me
something.
Yeah, why is he our first guest?
There is something special he's gonna do very soon. I heard. Yeah, I heard he's undertaking a challenge.
Yeah,
of walking. I don't know how many kilometers.
I think it was 140 kilometers.
All right. I don't know.
In one go.
In one go. No sleep and no running. Just walk.
Yeah.
It's,
well, I think you would kill yourself if you would run.
Oh, people would. Some people would.
Of course, some people would. But okay, I'm maybe talking about myself. I would kill myself.
Yeah.
If I would run parts of these
I wouldn't
140. No.
Marathon is already long, so what do you want to bother doing?
Yeah, it's a little side note. I'm training for a half marathon, and I'm struggling with that already. Imagine. No. Okay, but I can't I can't wait to hear his story.
So when we will have it on him on the podcast, he would have just completed the weekend before this amazing challenge, and so we'll be able to discover him and learn a bit more about this crazy challenge that he took.
I cannot wait.
Same. I guess that's about it for this very first introductional episode. Like I said, very different from what we expect in the next ones. But we are happy to have you guys on board, whether you are on YouTube watching us, because we are also on YouTube, or you are on one of the best or main favorite directories like Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. What am I missing?
I like the one from Apple. Apple
Podcasts, yeah, Stitcher, whatever. We are everywhere. On social media as well, you can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, and Facebook is the most important channel if you want to run with us.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, Facebook is only existing for our running community. So if you type in Utrecht Running Project, we have a group there. If you join the group, you will be updated about all our runs and everything we are going to
all events.
Organize. Yeah, it's our communication channel. We have also the Instagram, what Kevin was mentioning, but mainly just to keep you updated.
And we will put all the links down in the show notes or description of the video.
Yeah, we also have a separate Instagram account of this channel, like What the Crew.
Yes.
Feel free to follow us there as well. Send us comments or direct messages about the opinion.
Your feedback is always welcome. Yes, we love the feedback. The participation of the audience, because we also do this for you guys. It's only for us to have fun with microphones and cameras. So, we are happy to hear back from you guys. So I guess that's about it.
Yes.
And let's wrap up. And I guess we'll see you guys in the next one.
And hear you the next time.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.